Jo Woodiwiss, why do you feel the sexgen network is so important?
Well, it's come out of discussions that we've had with colleagues at the Universities of Leeds and Huddersfield, and in those conversations we've recognised a gap, if you like, particularly up north. So, you know, there might be other things going on in the south and in London, but particularly up north we've recognised a gap. And it gives us an opportunity and a forum to discuss issues around gender and sexuality, which are obviously hugely important in people's lives. Not the only things that are important in people's lives, or identities in people's lives, but they are hugely important. So it provides a space and an opportunity for us to come together to discuss ideas, develop ideas, share research findings and so on. And it's interdisciplinary and it's collaborative in nature, and those are also two of its important strengths. And its interdisciplinarity is important because it brings lots of people from different disciplines, whether it's sociology, psychology, health studies, management studies, or whatever, geography. It brings us all together in a forum that's more topic based. So, and often some of these people from different disciplines, we don't often get an opportunity to meet and discuss our ideas or ideas around a particular topic. So it's important in that respect. You might find yourself being the only person in your department or the only person in your university that's interested in issues around gender and sexuality. So you might feel just a bit isolated, unsupported, and this provides an opportunity for you to meet up with colleagues with research interests in the same areas as yours or overlapping areas. But also another important aspect of it, it's not just an academic network. It's been set up by academics, and academics or people working in academic institutions have the kind of framework and the resources and the experiences to organise these sort of things. But it's also open to community groups, to activists, to practitioners and so on. So it provides a forum for us all to have discussions together. We can share our research findings with them, they can feed into discussions around future research and build ideas together. So it's very much a collaborative between academics and non-academics, if you like.
And today you're going to be talking about compulsory sexuality at the seminar.
Yeah.
Could you explain a little bit more about it?
Well, compulsory sexuality comes from the idea that we're all under pressure to be sexually active, sexually desirous and so on. And my own particular research, for example, my paper's compulsory sexuality and self-help and recovery literature. And I focus on particularly women's engagement with literature around recovery memories and childhood sexual abuse, and how women draw on narratives of sexual abuse to make sense of and explain their lives and so on. And often women who read this literature don't have concrete memories of having been abused. So they look at aspects of their lives which are identified in much of the recovery and self-help literature as evidence or symptoms of having been sexually abused. And this particular paper I'm giving today focuses on the sexual aspect of that. And sex is a huge part within the recovery literature of evidence that you might have been sexually abused in childhood. And indeed a number of the women that I interviewed for my own research on which this paper draws, the only evidence they had that they were sexually abused as children is that they have what they believe to be a problematic relationship with sex. In other words, they might not enjoy sex, or they might not enjoy sex with their partner, or they, you know, whatever reason, they have what's identified as a problematic relationship with sex, and that's led them to believe that they were abused as children. If we didn't have this kind of pressure to be sexually active and sexually desirous and so on, they wouldn't necessarily have made that connection. But it constructs us, if we're not sexually active and we're not sexually desirous, that there's a problem with us in some way, and then we're encouraged to look back to find what that problem is. And for some women, it's going all the way back to childhood. But for others, it's just identifying themselves as in some way problematic or possibly even damaged. So that's what my paper focuses on. And then there's obviously other people talking around different aspects of compulsory sexuality.
Good luck with the seminar today.
Thank you very much.